I don't have like a big agenda here. I'm just gonna like tap around a little bit, and then I just want to talk, and perhaps you might have some questions about some stuff that I've done, or stuff that I'm doing, or stuff that I shouldn't have done. I'll accept all of those kinds of questions, and we'll just kind of talk about instrumental music. You know, it's different because I play in a bunch of bands. I mean, as you guys know, I'm in a bunch of bands, but most of them are vocal bands. But I do play, or have played in a lot of instrumental bands, and I really like it. For a number of reasons. To me, I think the drums play a really important role in an instrumental band, like really solid. Of course, the guitar is playing melodies and rhythms at the same time, so that's a very important part. The bass is holding it up all together. It's kind of like the glue. And but the drums can kind of, you know, go off kilter a little bit. I can play to it, but if I want to accent something, I can do it without any worry about stepping on the singer's poor, pathetic, you know, messy, you know, like singers. I'm just telling you, man. Besides the egos and all that, they're very, very sensitive people, and I'm just making that shit up. I have a lot of really good friends that are singers. But for drums, we can kind of do what we want back there. And nobody really goes, hey, 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 hey. Don't.
I do. Hey.
I'm a fucking bass player, right? Ruining my whole pitch. I know. And that's all he does. He doesn't do anything but that. Lazy. Gee, that's lazy. Well, he actually is a pretty good plumber and ditch digger and framer. You should see his house, man. This guy's going wild over there. Anyway, let's get on with it. But instrumental music, that's what we're here to celebrate. Thank you, Jeff, Big Tiki Doo, for inviting us. And I'll catch you on another microphone. I'll leave this on. It's going to be without me.
It's okay.
That's just a few things you can do with drums. I mean, obviously that wasn't a piece of a song or it had no relationship with each thing that I went to, but just wanted to show like there is a lot of stuff that a drummer can do. Usually, you hear this. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like you don't really get to see what the drummer can do, because the drummer is the dude in the back keeping the shit going. He's the engine, right, for the band. So if I showed up and I started doing that shit, I'd be fired instantly, because we're supposed to keep the song together. That's what we're here, you know, that's what we're here to do. You hear a lot of that in surf music, right? And that double, I don't even know, I'm not a historian, I don't know where that came from. A lot of people say it was 50s, you know, long before surf music. Maybe, I don't know. You know, maybe a straightened shuffle. You know, there was a lot of that going on in the 50s. I don't know where it started, but I know when I was a young boy, I'm nowhere near as old as Tracy, but I still love him though. You know, what was I listening to? I mean, I started listening to, well, the Beach Boys, of course, Seekers, Herb Alpert. I was buying all those records, right? As a little boy, riding my Stingray down to the record store, and a lot of the stuff that I wanted, Paul Revere and the Raiders and stuff like that, I had to order and wait like 2 weeks and go back and get it. You couldn't just order it on your phone. So you had to really want it if you wanted to hear some of that stuff. So some of those bands that I was listening to, I just fell in love with all these songs, right? I'm like, this is really great grooves, I love it. Well, later, decades later, I find out that it's all the same fucking drummer. You know what I mean? So, isn't that funny? You know, like Tracy was saying, these guys were, you know, there were so many exceptional drummers, and they would get on, you know, all these calls, right? And they do 3-4 sessions a day. And they're doing double shifts, double scale, just raking it in. You know, what they might do with that money later is another story. You know, I've heard how a lot of guys hit rough times because they couldn't manage money. Like me, I can't manage money at all. I get paid to do what I do, but I don't really respect money. I don't know, maybe that's a musician thing. I don't know what it is. It's kind of fucked up. But maybe I should start a business where I could take a business class and even understand about the business of the music business. But I don't. I get a call, hey, can you do this gig? I look at my calendar, I say, yeah. Like Tracy said, that's what I do. I just constantly say yes. And you guys, I mean, I'm sure some of you have seen me in different bands over the years. I mean, I think I've been in like 40 or 50 bands. It's like crazy. Besides just the subbing that I do, I've actually been in a bunch of bands. And I think anybody that wants to play has that opportunity. If they want to, they could make a few phone calls and, hey, I'm available, I live here, and if you hear of anything, you know, and yeah, you can get a lot of work. If that's what you want, you can get a lot of work. So anyway, that's about it. I don't think I want to keep playing, it's kind of loud. I can take some questions if somebody wants to ask anything about a certain person I work with or anything like that.
Jesse, if I could say a couple things real quick.
Yeah, go.
The thing that struck me just recently is Henry Rollins from Black Flag and Solo. He was saying that Sabbath, Black Sabbath, the riffs were amazing, but if it wasn't for the rhythm section, it would just be these heavy riffs. But the swing, the jazzy swing of the drummer and the bass player is what made those grooves feel so more weight, so much more weight. And that's what I feel with you and Sam in Slacktone.
Oh, that's a very nice thing to say. I don't always think that. Sam's a good dude. We've been together a lot. Thank you for that. I have a really quick Black Flag story. Speaking of Black Flag, I have a lot of these stories, so they can go on for weeks. I'm playing in a punk band called The Press before John the Night Riders. John Blair booked our band to open up for the Knack when the Knack first came out. And that's how I met John. Then he called me later to do a record with him. But anyway, so the Black Flag story is, I get a call. Oh no, I see it. You know, like a maid, when you have an ad on a lamppost, and they have a phone number, and it's cut, it's sliced down at the bottom. And it says, drummer wanted, loud, hard, and fast. Took it was outside of the whiskey. Took it, called him, went down and met the guitar player, and he had an electronics store in South Bay, I don't know where. We talked, we exchanged cassettes. Sounds good, we're gonna meet at this guy's house. Turns out we go to the bass player's mom's house, and we play these songs, and they're great. And we played one more time, a little bit faster, one more time, a little bit faster, and that went on for an hour. We ran out of beer, went and got another case, and came back. And while they were getting beer, me and the singer, his name was Keith, we sat in this little den with a turntable and 45s. He had a stack of punk rock records, and he'd play every one of them and get right in my face like, you know what? He knew all the lyrics. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, Jesus, this is great. This is awesome. And so we went back, played. And so it was Chuck's mom's house. And then Greg was the guitar player and Keith was a singer, and you know the band, right? So they said, just come, let's move to South Bay. So I went home, told my wife, I'm moving to South Bay. Because I got a job. I'm just moving. Yeah, I know we have a 2-year-old, but you know, I gotta go do this. And so I tried to get a job, and I couldn't pass a drug test. I tried Uniroyal, all these places, they made you do drug tests. Well, I was an active, participating member of alcoholism and drug addiction, you know, at the time. So I couldn't get a fucking way down there. I couldn't do it. I couldn't drive from Corona, where I was living. So I just let that gig go. And yeah, they went on to be Black Flag. It was pretty funny. But anyway, so I've had a couple of opportunities like that. You can't get them all. You can't do them all. I've done a lot, but I haven't done them all. That would have been a fun one. But I might have died. Like some of these bands I could have joined, I might have died because I was a practicing drug addict. And I got clean when I was 32. And thank you. And this isn't an AA meeting, I know. I'm just saying, it's my story. You know, this is my story. I hang out with a lot of guys that do a lot of drugs and drink a lot of alcohol. You know, they don't scare me. You know, it's okay. And I'm not going to tell them how to act. But for me, it was disastrous. You know, it was disastrous. So lucky for that, I was able to keep playing because I didn't kill myself along the way or kill somebody else. You know, so I'm really happy about that. I don't know if I even answered a question. Oh, go.
Tracy had said talking about playing upside down and backwards. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Upside down and backwards. Tracy?
Yeah. Well,
Is he still here?
yeah. In other words, like when you were soloing, you were instead of your right hand being on the hi-hat, it was on the
Right.
the same part of the beat, basically.
Right.
So that's really not upside down. But
Lefty righty, it's just a phrase. Yeah. Lefty righty. I try to be ambidextrous as much as I can, but I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at saying it either. And but I try to get around the kit. However, I get around the kit. I don't force myself to always lead with the right because it might not line up that way.
Speaking of getting around the kit, I've noticed so many really good drummers like you have a very small kit. No offense to Neil Bird and all of his ilk, but it just seems like the more drums you have, the more problems you might have. What are your thoughts on that? Because you always got such a small kit, you play the hell out.
Small kit versus big kit. I love big kits. I mean, my first kit, I was 6, and it was a small kit like this. It was a Gracie, almost the same color. It was a black pearl instead of sky blue pearl. And then when I was 15, I got Ludwig double bass all the way around, man, from 6 all the way down to 18. You know what I mean? And there's pictures of me playing in bands like that, but there's also pictures of me just taking the 4-piece like this to the gig. So maybe it mattered if I had a tech or not. Because those big kits, you can't manage it. You cannot manage it. You can't tune them, you can't change the heads, you can't set them up, you can't tear them down, you can't haul them. There's nowhere to store them. They're monstrous, you know what I mean? It's like having one of those great big fucking trucks where you're gonna park it, you know? So I do like big kits. I usually don't play them, but I do like them. I don't have anything against them. But it's fun to play a little kit like this. It's like a little sports car, you know? So.
Your story when you joined Dick, and he was like, yeah, just set it up the way you want.
I'll try to do a revised version. So I joined Dick Dale, actually, so it was a Slacktone gig at Toe's Tavern in Hermosa. I know there's one in Santa Barbara too, but the one in Hermosa was like our little hang. We used to play there a lot. And that gig, I don't know, it just went off. It went off. It was sweaty, the whole floor was sweaty. It was a really great gig. And a guy came up to me, handed me a business card, and said, my boss is always looking for a drummer, you'd be great. And it was a fax number, so I faxed him. It was Dick Dale. And so I fax him, and then he writes back, yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and that, okay. So I have to go out to his house, and we play, but I went out there with Ron Eglett. Let's give a shout out for Ron Eglett, even though he isn't here. Fucking Ron, man. So I go out with Ron, and the greatest thing about that gig was I got some CDs from Dick Dale. I'm like, I better catch up on some of this newer stuff, because I haven't really heard it. So I listened to it, and Ron goes, oh, don't even worry about that. He doesn't play those songs, and they won't be anything like that. He won't play them like that at all, so don't even waste your time. I'm like, oh, fuck, I already spent $50 on, whatever. So I go out there, and Dick says, yeah, we yak for a while, and he goes, yeah, go out there in the music room, and you can rearrange the drums any way you want it. So I set it up like this, exactly like this. And so, this guy, man, he's so great. So we start playing, and he stops. He goes, this song, where's that like rumble? I need that rumble. I'm like, I don't know. And he looks and he goes, where's that other, I need that other kick drum. Don't you have two pedals? I go, oh yeah, I just took it off because I don't need it. No, I need it. Okay, so I put the kick pedal back. And then he says, I stripped one of the toms away too. And we're playing again. He goes, I need that drum fill. I need it to go diggy 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 diggy. I'm like, well, I do that. I just go diggy 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 diggy. He goes, no. I need the notation to the syncopation or whatever language he used to use. You know what I mean? So I did. Okay, I put the tom back up. So then we're doing another gig, and he goes, oh, I need this. Where's that like really heavy drum thing at the end? I need to swell. He goes, where's that other floor tom? And I go, oh, I don't use it. I just put it over there. No, I need it. I need one on each side. So I put it back. We did the song, and I go, well, that's the same fucking way it was when I got here. And it took him 3 songs to make it exactly the way he wanted it. And that's Dick. Dick would demand that you do exactly what Dick does, or what Dick wants. And boy, did I learn a lot from that dude. The best thing that he taught me, he taught me a lot of things. One of the best things was I had a habit of playing a crash on the one and then doing my fill. So I'm right? I don't know why, I just got in this habit. He goes, I need the fill to start on the one. And again, it was about the diggy, but it made sense because I started doing all my fills on the one, regardless of who I played with, and it just made the whole thing feel better. Because I was coming in on a cheese digga. So 1 and a 2, right? I was coming in on the and. Always. I was never leading with the 1. And that's so much more powerful. It's unbelievable. If there's any drummers in here, try that if you're not already doing it. And man, lead that fill with the 1. It doesn't matter what drum you started on. It doesn't matter. But man, what an intense change of feel for that.
I'm going to get rocks thrown at me for saying this, but do you think double bass drumming can play in surf very well?
Yeah, I wanted to ask the same question.
Double bass drumming play in surf. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they use double neck guitars and they use, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be my favorite thing to do, but I'd be up for the challenge if you have a gig for me.
I played drums. In fact, I backed up for you June 9th on 2001 when you played with Dick Dale at the Diamond Ballroom in Oklahoma City.
Oh, dude, right on. High five. That's cool. Are you still playing? Yeah, cool. Awesome. I like female drummers. Well, there's one I don't like as much as I used to. I'll tell you about that later. I just had to be an asshole. No, but I love that all people play. I mean, a couple of my grandkids have played. One of my daughters have played. They don't really continue to play, but I love it. I mean, why not? There's not a boy-girl thing. You know what I mean? I think we're over that. Are we over the boy-girl thing? Right? I mean, fuck, dude. Let's go. You know what I mean? 2026. Get over it. Any more? Do I have time for one more? Yes.
I just wondering, how many people have you played in front of? What's your biggest crowd?
Oh, biggest crowd. God, I could lie, man. I could lie. I played in a few like 20s to 30s, and those are really awesome, right? I mean, I played arenas, and Super Suckers went out with Pearl Jam, and Sonics went out with anyway. But the biggest crowd was Super Suckers playing at Tinley Park in Chicago for one of the what are they called? Man, my brain's fried. The Willie Nelson, I forget the Farm Aid. I don't know what year it was, and they said there were 60,000 people there. So that was it. That's the most I've ever played for. Mostly it's about 100 of people like you. You know? The real music lovers, right?
You worked with Lita Ford, right? After the Runaways deal?
I did.
Yeah. How was that?
It was great. I did a lot of stuff with Lita Ford. It was great. It was really awesome. And she was like my first introduction to a real band with labels, and I couldn't hang. I was a complete disaster because, like I said, I was strong, and I made drugs more important than that. It was a great gig. I was with her for 3 years. Loved it, and just fucked it all up.
Some of the recordings too, right?
I did the first record, first video. Yeah, you can find it. It's on the YouTube or whatever. It's got like 20 likes or something. I don't know. She's great. I mean, we're still friends. I just went and saw her at the Rock for Ronnie gig a couple months ago. You know, in Griffith Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignoring the ones you currently work with, what do you like to see?
Say that one more time.
I said, ignoring the ones you currently work with, what do you like to see in a bassist?
Only ones I work with.
Ignore it. So ignore me.
Oh, I never ignore them. Sam? You can't ignore him. He'd be right up in your face, dude. That guy's not afraid to stand up for his art. Come on. No, are you asking like what do you want in a bass player? What do I want in a bass player? Oh, well,
Heartbeat.
Bonnie is pretty good. If you guys have seen Nashville Pussy, Bonnie Buitrago, I was in a band with her 20 years ago and ran a studio with her, and she's a monster bass player. Sam, he does all right, you know? Does all right.
Load the band.
Yeah, load. He's not afraid to work. He's not afraid to drive. He's not, well, he doesn't like to show up for rehearsals, so there's that. But Sam, I think we played together for so long. I don't know, maybe 6 bands, 8 bands, I don't know, I mean, tons of bands, especially in Dick. When you play with Dick Dale, you need support from somebody because you're not going to get it from Dick. I mean, you get Dick from Dick is what happens, that's what I'm trying to say. But you have to fucking believe in that dude, right? If he's on your left or right, I mean, bass players are usually on the left, they're always on the hi-hat side, just to let you guys know if you're, don't fuck me up. So, Sam is always delivering like great ideas, great fucking attitude. I mean, it doesn't matter where the gig is, how long we gotta drive, you know, he's game. One of my best friends. I mean, yeah, Sam's the best.
He said ignoring bass players.
I'm never gonna ignore the bass player.
What do you want from
What do I want from him?
Yeah, how do you work best together?
Oh, just, you mean in general? I thought I answered that, but maybe I was just being too vague. What I want is somebody that has soul, somebody that has a complete demand over or command over his instrument. Like he could go high and low and it still sounds great. It doesn't matter. Like nothing falls out. Nothing falls away when Sam's doing his parts, because it may not be the part that I heard in my head before I heard him play it, but that's a goddamn good part, right? I mean, he knows, he's musical, he's well versed, he's plays with tons of bands. He just played the Big Potato last night, you know, and I mean, he got up, I don't know, 4 hours sleep, 5 hours sleep, and he's here, so he's a worthy soldier, I'll tell you that. But I'm looking for somebody who doesn't overplay on the bass. I want him to be colorful, I want him to be noteworthy, I want him to go high and low, but I don't want him to be Jocko or whatever. I mean, we don't need that, right? I don't need that. And Sam always plays what's needed, and actually, as it turns out, what's desired, you know? I mean, don't tell him that, but if he's listening, I'm lying. But he's a really dear friend and a hell of a musician. Let's hear it for Sam, actually. I think he's coming up right now.
So, Sam, come on up. While it's a crossover, I was thinking if you guys could do a little bit of play together to show the groove of the band or a band.